Obviously, there are a number of initiatives going on within the community, and as a chief, I am involved within the Assembly of Nova Scotia Mi'kmaq Chiefs, which is the institution of governance for the Mi'kmaq of Nova Scotia. So collectively, 13 chiefs come together as an assembly, and through that process, within the governance practices of that institution, there are a number of portfolios that chiefs have. Currently, I have two portfolios, one involving energy and another involving justice. As you may or may not know, there have been a number of issues around energy, whether it involves hydraulic fracturing or fracking or dealting gas or a number of various things associated with that file. As it relates to justice, there are a number of initiatives as well involving that. More recently, one of the items that is rather important for the Mi'kmaq generally is currently the Children and Family Services Act, a provincial act, is looking to be reviewed by the provincial government, by the Minister of Community Services, Minister Bernard. And essentially, the question becomes, well, what are we going to do as a government, as Mi'kmaq, as it relates to the review of this particular piece of legislation that basically administers, the care and well-being of Mi'kmaq children who are involved within community services. There have been a number of discussions and things like that with various government representatives. We're working with the Mi'kmaq Rights Initiative to initiate those formal discussions, potentially through the consultation terms of reference or some similar process that involves consultation of the care and well-being related to Mi'kmaq children. A lot of Mi'kmaq people, just like Aboriginal people across this country, view the care and well-being of our children as a basic right that we have to self-governance over the care and well-being of our children. And certainly that is one of the things that is going to be discussed with government, not only the provincial government, but the federal government as well. Another item in that regard is, we do have to sort of look at the existing practices in terms of how funding is allocated towards, various agencies like Mi'kmaq Children and Family Services, which currently operates under a tripartite agreement between the agency, the province, and the federal government. This is a voluntary agreement, and certainly we really have to look at that relationship and ensure that the care and well-being of Mi'kmaq children are, fully addressed within that funding arrangement. So really looking into that as well. So these are just some of the things that I tend to get involved in at a larger assembly level, and I just wanted to sort of give you a brief update on that. The timeline for the review for the Children and Family Services Act is a very tight timeline. I believe they're looking to consider amendments to the Children and Family Services Act sometime in the fall. So currently we're trying to initiate a number of things. There have been a number of meetings, both internally with health directors, with the agency itself, certain forums through the Nova Scotia Barristers Society. We're going to be having more in-depth discussions at an assembly level as well. So you're going to be hearing more about what is happening through this process and how it is progressing